Sounds of Influence, the podcast that dives deep into the lives and legacies of remarkable individuals who've used their platforms to drive meaningful change. I'm Hannah Halley, and today we're talking about someone who is as impactful off-screen as she is on it, Natalie Portman. You might know Natalie as an Academy Award-winning actress, starring in films like Black Swan and V for Vendetta. But did you know she's also a fierce advocate for women's rights, sustainable business practices, and ethical fashion? Today, we're unpacking how Natalie Portman transformed from Hollywood star to a trailblazer for ethical and sustainable initiatives, proving that influence isn't just about the spotlight, it's about how you use it. Let's start with Natalie's journey. She began her acting career at the age of 12, starring in Leon, the Professional. From the very beginning, she displayed a maturity beyond her years, balancing a demanding career in Hollywood with an unwavering commitment to education and personal growth. Unlike many child stars, Natalie was laser-focused on building a life beyond acting. While juggling her blossoming career, she chose to prioritize her academics, ultimately earning a psychology degree from Harvard University. And during her time at Harvard, she didn't just keep her head down. She was actively engaging in intellectual debates, writing about topics like terrorism and anti-Semitism. Her passion for understanding complex social issues was evident even then. But here's where things get really interesting. Natalie's education wasn't just a fallback plan. It shaped her worldview and fueled her advocacy work. By understanding human behaviour and societal systems, she's been able to bring depth and authenticity to her activism. For example, Natalie often talks about how her education helped her navigate Hollywood, an industry rife with challenges like sexism and inequality. She's shared that being informed and self-assured gave her the confidence to speak up, take control of her career, and advocate for causes she believes in. One story that stands out is how Natalie turned down roles that didn't align with her values. Early in her career, she refused to take on characters that overly sexualized young women, even when it could have boosted her fame. This decision wasn't just bold, it was a clear statement about the kind of legacy she wanted to build. Her journey from a young actress to a thought leader is a testament to her belief in aligning actions with values. She's shown that success isn't about taking every opportunity. It's about making deliberate choices that reflect who you are and what you stand for. And that's a theme that runs through everything Natalie does, from her work in Hollywood to her efforts in ethical fashion and sustainability. Let's pause for a moment to reflect on this. Natalie's approach to her career wasn't just unusual, it was revolutionary. In an industry that often prioritizes profit over integrity, Natalie has consistently chosen projects and roles that align with her principles. Think about how rare it is for someone to willingly step away from lucrative opportunities because they don't feel right. That kind of conviction is a lesson in itself. Staying true to your values often requires courage, but the impact of those choices can resonate far beyond yourself. We'll see this theme of values-driven decisions come up again and again as we explore her work. Let's dive into how she took these principles into the world of fashion. In 2008, Natalie took a bold step into the world of ethical fashion by launching her own line of vegan shoes. At the time, the fashion industry wasn't as focused on sustainability as it is today, and creating a cruelty-free, eco-conscious product line was a groundbreaking move. Partnering with the brand Tika-san, Natalie ensured that every shoe was made without animal products, appealing to consumers who cared about fashion and ethics alike. Although the line closed within a year due to market challenges, its impact went far beyond sales. Natalie's initiative showed that mainstream celebrities could lead the charge for sustainable and ethical consumer products. She inspired others in Hollywood and beyond to consider how their personal brands could align with meaningful causes. Fast forward to today, and Natalie's work in fashion hasn't stopped. One of her standout moments was her collaboration with Dior. As a longtime face of the brand, Natalie pushed for more sustainable and inclusive practices within Dior's production processes. Her influence extended beyond the red carpet. She became an advocate for systemic change within the luxury fashion industry. What sets Natalie apart is her transparency and active involvement. She's not just lending her name to projects, she's deeply engaged in ensuring that the products and campaigns she supports align with her personal values. For example, she's spoken openly about the need for greater accountability in fashion, from reducing waste to creating ethical supply chains. One particularly striking moment came when Natalie attended the 2020 Oscars wearing a cape embroidered with the names of female directors who were overlooked in the nominations. While the fashion statement was elegant, the message was bold. The industry needed to do better. This wasn't just an endorsement of style, but a clear demand for progress. Through her actions, Natalie reminds us that ethical choices in business and fashion can create ripple effects across industries. She's proven that you don't have to choose between success and values. You can have both, and in doing so, inspire others to follow suit. This brings us to a broader conversation about the fashion industry itself. Natalie's efforts highlight a growing demand for transparency and ethics in luxury fashion. Her work with Dior set a precedent for other high-profile brands to reconsider their practices. And let's not forget the influence celebrities have over consumer behaviour. Natalie's advocacy encouraged more people to question the origins of their clothing and accessories. What I find particularly inspiring is how Natalie uses her public appearances to spark conversations about deeper issues. It's one thing to wear a sustainable gown, it's another to use that platform to make a bold statement about equality or climate change. That's where true influence lies. Natalie's advocacy doesn't stop at fashion. She's a staunch supporter of women's rights, both in Hollywood and beyond. A pivotal moment came in 2018 when she presented the Best Director award at the Golden Globes. Remember what she said? "Here are the all-male nominees." That one line sparked a global conversation about gender inequality in the entertainment industry. That moment wasn't just about calling out the problem, it was about creating accountability. Natalie's comment resonated deeply, inspiring discussions across industries about representation and opportunity for women. It also solidified her position as not just an observer of inequality, but an active participant in challenging it. Her work extends far beyond moments on stage. Natalie co-produced Time's Up, a movement aimed at addressing systemic sexual harassment and inequality in the workplace. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture. Time's Up has raised millions to support legal action for survivors of workplace harassment, creating real, tangible change. Natalie has also used her platform to amplify the stories of underrepresented women in media. Through interviews and speeches, she consistently highlights the need for diverse voices, both in front of and behind the camera. Another iconic moment came during the Women's March in 2017, where Natalie delivered a powerful speech detailing her own experiences with sexism and harassment in Hollywood. She spoke openly about the challenges she faced growing up in the industry and how those experiences shaped her determination to fight for equality. Her message is clear: true equality comes when everyone is included at the table. Whether it's advocating for more opportunities for female directors or calling out gender disparities in pay, Natalie doesn't shy away from tackling difficult topics. She's willing to challenge powerful institutions, proving that leadership is about standing up for what's right, even when it's uncomfortable. Natalie's work here highlights a crucial aspect of leadership: the courage to speak up. How many times have we stayed silent in the face of inequality because we feared backlash? Natalie's example shows us that challenging the status quo is not only necessary, but can also lead to meaningful change. Her willingness to share her own struggles makes her advocacy even more powerful. It's a reminder that authenticity resonates. Another fascinating dimension of Natalie's advocacy is her commitment to sustainability, particularly in the food industry. She's a vocal supporter of plant-based eating, not just as a dietary choice, but as an environmental and ethical necessity. One of her most impactful contributions to this cause is the documentary Eating Animals, which she both produced and narrated. Eating Animals dives deep into the realities of factory farming, highlighting its devastating effects on the environment, animal welfare, and public health. Natalie didn't shy away from exposing the harsh truths, making it clear that systemic change in how we produce and consume food is critical for the planet's future. The documentary isn't just a wake-up call, it's a call to action, encouraging viewers to rethink their eating habits and demand better from the agricultural industry. Natalie's influence doesn't stop at advocacy. She's also financially invested in solutions. She's partnered with startups that are pioneering plant-based food innovations like alternative proteins to address the global food crisis. Through these investments, Natalie is showing how impactful sustainable business models can be. In addition to her financial contributions, Natalie uses her platform to amplify these issues. On podcasts, interviews, and social media, she educates the public about the direct connection between diet, the environment, and ethical responsibility. Her holistic approach to advocacy proves that change isn't just about awareness, it's about creating actionable solutions. Natalie's work in sustainable food reminds us that even the choices we make at the dinner table can be powerful. By aligning her personal values with her public actions, Natalie has made it easier for others to make sustainable choices too. The beauty of her work is its accessibility. She doesn't just preach change, she provides the tools to achieve it. So, what can we learn from Natalie Portman's journey? For one, influence is about using your platform to make a difference, even when it's challenging or unpopular. Natalie's story shows us that leadership isn't confined to one field. It can extend across industries, creating impact in unexpected places. One of the standout lessons from Natalie's work is the power of aligning actions with values. Whether she's advocating for ethical fashion, championing women's rights, or supporting sustainable agriculture, Natalie leads by example. She doesn't just talk about change, she takes deliberate, consistent steps to drive it forward. Another takeaway is the importance of resilience. Natalie has faced setbacks, from the challenges of navigating Hollywood as a young actress to the closure of her vegan shoe line. But each time, she's used those experiences as fuel to push forward, finding new ways to make an impact. Lastly, Natalie's journey highlights the significance of collaboration. From her partnerships with Dior to her work with sustainable startups, she recognizes that real change requires collective effort. By leveraging her platform and bringing others into the conversation, she's created a ripple effect that inspires others to take action. Her story is a reminder that we all have the potential to make a difference, no matter our background or profession. It's about finding your values, staying true to them, and using your unique talents to leave the world a little better than you found it. Natalie Portman is more than a Hollywood icon. She's a visionary leader who's redefining what it means to use influence for good. Whether it's ethical fashion, women's rights, or sustainable business, Natalie shows us that we can align success with purpose. Now it's your turn. What's one way you're aligning your actions with your values? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories of leaders who are changing the world, one choice at a time. Thanks for tuning in to Icons of Influence. Until next time, keep leading with purpose.